Hello, everybody. This is John Matheson with video number 16. I'm now on Patreon/Matheson, Matheson. Please sponsor me if you think that my videos are of any social benefit at all. So, the thing that I did in 1975 when I was at the age of 17 was attend a tutorial by Carl Sagan, who you may have heard of. And there were only four of us in the room, two other students, and Dr. Sagan himself. And he was presenting his plans for a space colony. And this was his idea, his design. Maybe some of his colleagues helped him develop it. What it is a triangular cylinder in a very, very large scale. It is so big that it, in fact, might even have clouds in the middle along the axis of rotation. And I've put the thing here to indicate the axis of rotation because the thing has to go round in order for there to be gravity on each surface. Imagine it, you're looking up and you're seeing people up there at a 60-degree angle on both sides. So maybe you want to have some clouds there to keep you from feeling too uncomfortable about seeing people up there. And this, because it spins around, it has gravity. The solar power that we have now is much more efficient than it was in 1975. So maybe you could put solar power on the outer walls of it, or you could have solar power following star, satellite, or whatever you want to call it, that generated a lot of power that it could use. It would be completely self-contained. It could be made from nothing that was either on the Earth or the Moon. And of course, if we made the base for the construction of it on the Moon, it would be a lot less expensive to do each launch because the gravity on the Moon is about 1/13 of what it is on the Earth. So that means the escape velocity is much less, and therefore the energy you need to launch out of the Moon's orbit would be less. So starting from the Moon, the colonies would be positioned at the L4 and L5 Lagrange points between the Earth and the Moon. And I'll try to explain that. The blob in the middle is the Earth, and that little one there is the Moon. And there are 5 actual Lagrange points where the balance of gravity is 0, which means that the thing should stay stationary between the Earth and the Moon. Now, the Lagrange points that are on the straight line between the Earth and the Moon are unstable. But the L5 and L4 Lagrange points are considered to be stable. So that's where we want to put them, L4 and L5. And in fact, the L3 and L4 and L5 make an equilateral triangle. And because you're away from the direct line between the Earth and the Moon, you don't have to worry about either the Earth or the Moon getting in the way of the Sun for your solar panels. That also would give you the opportunity to get other kinds of fuel that might be useful for spaceships going off to other planets, maybe even other solar systems. And you could go and drink up methane or methane if you're on the other side of the drink, and even hydrogen which is the most common element in the universe. So you could go and capture that and use it for fuel, and very soon have absolutely no effect on the Earth as you're building more of these colonies, building more spaceships, and going off into other planets further out in the solar system, and even launching voyages to other solar systems, which are going to take very long from the perspective of the Earth, but because of special relativity, the time experienced on spaceships is different than it is on Earth. So if you're going at, say, 99% of the speed of light, you might get to the next solar system during your lifetime. Meanwhile, everybody else on Earth has aged 20 years or 30 years. Or if you're going to another galaxy, it would be 4 billion years. Who knows, if you went there and came back, there might even be nothing left here. But I think that Sagan's idea for space colonies in our local region will allow us to test many hypotheses about life and how we can live in an enclosed environment where we have to be very careful about what we put in the air, what we take out of it, how we grow our food. Presumably, we'll have engineering of food, which is a concept that we have to start thinking about on the Earth to handle a growing population. And this tutorial by Carl Sagan is something that I can't forget, even though it's been 43 years. Boy, is it 43? It's a long time anyway, or 42, something like that. Anyway, I say to people, well, I attended a tutorial with Carl Sagan, and everyone's like, wow, I'm so jealous. Well, you can't be like a fan if you're around famous people, because, well, they have security to wall you off if you're just being a fan. If you have a normal conversation with a famous person and talk about anything but what they do, they think of you as just another human being, and someone that might be providing them a little bit of relief from all the adulation and all the journalists trying to give them interviews and things like that. So anyway, this is, as I said, Carl Sagan's plan for a space colony. I don't know if someone could pass this on to Elon Musk or any of the entrepreneurs now who are planning in space ventures. But Mars is a great thing. It's Ares. It's the god of war. Of course, we have to plant a flag there, to say we conquered it. But I don't know if there's much up in Mars that's going to be of much use to us. Maybe we've got to learn how to exist given just empty space as the base assumption, and start building structures in empty space and learning how to survive in them, fill it up with an atmosphere, get the atmosphere to the right pressure so people can take their helmets off, start tilling the land on your artificial surfaces, start growing things. And indeed, Musk said that the money shot would be the green against the red background in Mars. But imagine the money shot of green in the middle of interplanetary space. And of course, this model can be used all over the universe. Why not? And Carl Sagan was a very clever man. And I also recommend that you look at his video on Flat World. Okay, that will make you laugh. Wherever you're from in the world, look at his video on Flat World. Thank you.